And today's NTSB hearing is giving Americans key insight into Boeing's side of the story. But what about the stories of the people who experienced that terrifying incident? Timothy Loranger is with us now. He is an aviation attorney representing 7 passengers who were on board that Alaska Airlines flight. He's also a senior partner at the personal injury firm Wisner Baum. Thank you for joining us in America Tonight. I want to start with what your clients have told you about the blowout. How do they describe that moment?
Well, they've described it as being a terrifying moment in their lives where they weren't sure whether or not they were going to be arriving safely at their destination. The sound of the door blowing out, the sound of the air rushing by, the deployment of the oxygen masks, all of that has been described to me as just a terrifying experience.
What is the status of the lawsuits against Boeing stemming from the incident at this point?
Well, the lawsuits have been filed, and we are in the process of working to gather information that we need to understand what happened. Today's briefing by the NTSB has been helpful. Unfortunately, some of the questions haven't been answered quite in the way that we hoped that they would be, but we're moving forward.
What questions, I mean, and again, acknowledging that this hearing is still ongoing, it will continue tomorrow, but what were you left wondering, even just after today, key questions that you were going, you know what, we needed more on that?
Well, what we heard a lot about were the changes that were made by Boeing and by Spirit AeroSystems after the incident occurred. What we've spent a little time on is what exactly happened on that particular day. Now, and we would like to hear more about that. Unfortunately, there are documents and there's information that is simply missing. The system that Boeing uses to keep track of the work that's being done at any time did not record the orders to do the work surrounding the door plug, and therefore there is missing information. But we would like to hear more about what happened, how this could possibly have happened, how the door could have been installed in a way that left it in an unsafe condition.
I mean, it could take maybe another year or more to determine, the probable cause of what happened. To your point, how does that affect the legal process here, with these passengers who, as you say, they described it as, if they would even make it to their final destination?
Well, we will continue to move forward. So the NTSB's investigation is separate from the work that we will be doing to try and understand how this happened. So we will continue to move forward, gathering the information as best we can through the litigation, and then also using some of the information that we get ultimately from the NTSB's investigation. As was mentioned a few moments ago, thousands of pages of documents have been released in the public docket.
And as an aviation attorney, I mean, you've seen your fair share of complaints against Boeing. In your view, what chance does the aviation giant have at redeeming itself, especially as you mentioned during the hearing, it was mentioning the changes that it's been making since this unfortunate event?
Boeing is a huge, incredibly large company and is a big part of the United States economy. I think that every opportunity is going to be given to them to fix the issues that exist. The problems that were created by changing their manufacturing processes, the safety processes, and the quality assurance processes. It would be hard to believe that Boeing won't be able to come out on top of this. But we will see what they do. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. They have an opportunity to fix those processes and bring back confidence in the flying public.
And before I let you go, what do you tell your clients who are also watching this and, of course, seeking justice in their view for this experience that they've had? As there's bits, and I shouldn't even say bits, but a lot of information that is still unknown. What are you telling them in this moment?
That the information is coming out, that if it hasn't been brought to public eye at this moment, it will eventually get there. There is more to this hearing. We are looking forward to learning more tomorrow, and I just encourage the clients to know that they will have the answers that they're looking for.
Aviation attorney Timothy Loranger, thank you so much for your time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.